Oh,
Okay, you're waiting, Sean's waiting, you're waiting for Sean to let you in?
Oh, there he is. Why did you not?
Okay, oh, here you are. All right. All right, we'll see you soon. Okay, bye.
All right, should I let the other people in now too? We've got
Yeah,
Mike
sounds
O
good.
and Johnny
Jim, you
O'Connor.
ready? Who?
Mike O and Johnny O'Connor. Probably
Okay,
Mike O'Connor, and I'm not sure who
Yeah.
Johnny O'Connor would be.
Well,
his relative.
Maureen O'Connor, I know.
Jim, you ready to roll?
Oh, Johnny O'Connor. Okay.
Yep.
You guys
is
see me?
everyone in?
Everyone's here.
But public-wise,
Sean, is there anybody else you have to let in?
Tom, does Tom?
I don't
It
see
doesn't look
Tom.
like anybody's in the waiting room.
We'll just give it another minute.
Is Tom in here? He's still not in.
I'm here, but I'm
Okay.
not on video apparently.
oh, fancy tea.
Tom's camera shy.
Oh, there he is.
There you go.
You have to hit your camera button.
Oh,
Yeah,
tell your
well,
daughter thank you.
I understand the button to do that.
Sean, is everybody in that from the public?
What's that?
Is everybody in?
Looks like it. Nobody else has popped in.
Okay. Jim, you ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
All right, it's 6 o'clock. Let's call the meeting to order. Can you please call the roll?
Newman,
Here.
Cammerdiner,
Here.
Rautenstrau,
Here?
Mylum,
Here.
Cook.
Here. All right, thanks everybody for joining us. Let's have a quick informal, go around the room, touch base with everybody. And then we'll go into our formal. I know Bill has some items for a discussion. So first, let's start around the room. I know this is certainly unprecedented time. So let's start with the mayor. Give us an update on things.
So far we've we've done our best to kind of get all of the city workers on a reduced work schedule and to practice the proper social distancing in every department. I think we've achieved that. Moving forward, you know, there may be some changes that need to be made as new orders and new information come down either from the governor or from the federal government. But so far so good. There doesn't seem to be too many hiccups as far as people using the Dropbox, and I think Jim can kind of attest to that. We've had a few building permits that have been issued. Trying to think what else. Other than that, what we're trying to do is as many of the services as possible with a shortened crew. Things like picking up brush might take a little longer than it usually does, but in the grand scheme of things, if people have a few branches sitting out on their front lawn, it's you know, nothing compared to you know, what everybody else has to deal with. So other than that, I don't know if any of you have any questions for me.
Mayor, we're tracking all of our expenses.
Yes, we have a special COVID-19 code that that our treasurer has done up, and all the expenses are coming to my office, and I approve them and send them over to Bill in order to be paid. And then we're tracking everything along with Mark Banks, our emergency services director, as far as getting reimbursement from either the state or the feds.
Anyone have any questions for the mayor?
Mayor, we currently only have 4 still at the city of Tonawanda.
It's 4 according to the website. I've heard from tens. I would say probably with the amount of people I've heard from, I've heard of at least 30 people that are under mandatory quarantine in the city. So there really isn't enough tests, and they're only testing first responders, healthcare professionals. So the testing is really limited. Whether somebody tests positive or not, I guess the main thing is that they follow the quarantine and reach out to other family and or friends that they may have been in contact with, to give them a heads up as well.
Perfect. And our crews are all being safe. I know I've watched the garbage men a few times out wearing
Yes.
gloves and masks, which is good.
Yeah, my administrative assistant was able to secure 50 more masks, reusable masks for our city workers. So they have all of the the tools that they need to continue to be safe out there, and hopefully ensure that either A, they don't come down with the virus, or B, they don't bring it home to their family.
Okay. And we're picking up as usual, I'm assuming, as well, as far as the trash goes?
Yeah, pickup is the same, heavies, regular trash, and recycling. So
I mean, is there a possibility that we are going to start limiting heavy pickup?
not at this point.
Okay.
I mean, we have in our budget, the cost for picking up trash, and that really hasn't changed with the coronavirus. People are throwing out more trash than than they normally do. So although spring cleanings have happened a little earlier this year than they do in past years, and that's because of a lot of residents having a little bit more free time on their hands,
Right.
being able to
right.
get to those projects earlier. So, but
Okay. And then our project downtown, I see, are we still in progress down there at Gateway Harbor?
if we're not
moving
done
forward?
with demolition, we should be done by this week, and then we'll pass it off to the Ralph Wilson Foundation, so they can begin their work.
And did I not see NT post that they had stopped their work on their side?
Yeah, that was a judgment call on their part. The governor announced that municipal projects can move forward as long as social distancing is followed. So we've reached out to the Ralph Wilson and Hudson Valley Greenway people as far as ensuring that they follow the social distancing rule, and our docks project in the bid documents where we are going to put that in there as well, as far as following proper social distancing when applicable.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mayor, our first responders have enough PPE?
Yes. They have enough PPE, and we actually still have some in reserves that if need be, we can utilize, but we're all right on all aspects as far as ensuring the safety of our workers.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Any other questions for the mayor? Tom, how you doing? You got anything for us?
Nothing real pressing. I did have more calls about rats. They seem to be escalating. I'm not sure. One was which the Erie County Health has been working with for 5 years now, and it's not getting any better. It's something we're definitely got to look into. We have to talk more about these old bird feeder problems, and that's contributing some of these rat issues. I have complaints about those as well, and it seems to be the same people, and I keep hearing the same excuses. So we need to move forward on being more aggressive with some of this stuff, because these rats aren't getting any smaller, that's for sure. Other than that, I still have one tree issue that has come across that apparently has been lingering for a while. I looked at the tree again today. To me, it doesn't look like it's pressing, but it is destroying the sidewalk and the driveway. But it doesn't look dangerous, but I'm not an expert. And right now, that's all I really have.
Thank you, Tom. Dawn?
No, just that I've reached out to a few residents. They're still concerned about making payments for their property taxes. I have assured them that the box is open. They can just drive by City Hall, drop it in there, and you guys will send them a receipt stating that it was paid.
We also do receipts on the spot, John.
Oh, you do? Okay.
We do an awful lot of receipts on the spot. We have our number on the window. If they call, we either stamp it, we give them a paid receipt. A lot of people are paying cash and don't just want to drop it and run. So
Right.
we had fairly steady business at the window with that. And the customer or the constituents and their taxpayers have been very polite and been using it and been mindful of the staff inside wearing their PPE and taking the staff and getting it back to them pretty quickly. So it's been working fairly good. And a
Perfect.
lot of
Thank you
people are
so much.
paying with e-checks.
Awesome. Thank you. That's all I have.
Okay, thanks, Dawn. Sean?
Nothing new to report. I think, I've just been kind of watching the updates. I appreciate the mayor's office keeping us posted, on our emails and through Facebook. I've been trying not to add anything more to it. It's been good coverage and, not adding any extra white noise. It's been helpful. I don't have anything personally, and things have been quiet in the third ward right now.
Dave?
Yeah, I just kind of echo the same thing that everybody else has said. It's been pretty quiet up here. Nothing of major concern. You're not going to believe it, but I got a text last night about chickens. I don't know why I'm the only one who gets these calls about the chickens. But apparently there are chickens. It's been confirmed. So I'll be reaching out to see what we can do about that. I was going to save this to the end, but I'll just do it now. I just wanted to thank, Rick and Chuck and everybody in your office who did the free dinners. That is such an amazing thing. I think, I don't know how many people I got through calling, but every one of them was so excited that was something that was available for them. And little thing like that, little thing like a hot meal it makes all the difference in the world to them. So it's a great thing that you guys are doing, and I just wanted to say thanks. And that's all I have. Next week's dinner will be chicken.
Thanks, Dave.
Chicken and eggs.
Awesome. Yeah, I echo that. We've reached out to seniors and they're very, very appreciative for this meal. So thank you. Mayor, any talk of the newsletters getting mailed to the seniors?
I have not been in contact with Doreen. I know she's been making calls to the members of the senior center, but as far as a means of printing that and stuff like that, that's been put on the back burner.
Okay. Okay. Can you just follow up and see if there is intent of sending them out a newsletter?
Yeah, I'll find out.
Just a mode of communication there.
And
Brittany, do you have anything for? Oh, Jim, sorry.
I just want to mention a couple of things about the clerk's office, if you have a moment.
Yeah.
As Bill mentioned, we are using the drop boxes as efficiently as possible. The biggest thing is a number of the municipalities are unable to issue marriage licenses, so we have our certificates. And we are utilizing the Dropbox. It's not the most ideal situation, but we are getting through it. And we've had people come we had a couple that came from Batavia. So like I know North Tonawanda and the town, they're unable to because their buildings are closed. But we are able to do those at this time. So we are asking that people set an appointment because of our limited staffing. But we are talking to them over the phone and entering all the information to go onto the marriage certificate. And the biggest issue is finding someone to perform the ceremony. So, but we are working through that as well. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Jim. All right, let's go through our agenda, and then Bill, I'm going to turn it over to you, okay?
Okay.
All right. Any minutes? Brittany? On the minutes, anybody?
I'll take them.
them.
Oh, Don?
That's fine.
All right, special event for the fishing derby.
I'll take that one, Jenna.
Okay, Tom? Mayor, can you just talk about the lease agreement with the Water Bike Adventures?
So the lease agreement really hasn't changed from what it was last year. Obviously, we won't exercise some of the months that are, he won't be able to open up the water bikes probably on time if my feeling is right. And the payments will be just adjusted to reflect that. He will probably be opening up later than usual, but like I said, there's an avenue in the contract for us to collect less money because he may have a later start than normal.
Any questions on that?
Yeah, would it just be prorated by month then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be prorated for the amount of month, because right now it's under the assumption that I think it's 5 or 6 months that he's open, so it would be prorated back from that point.
Okay.
How is the COVID-19 you think is going to affect that particular business moving forward, do you think?
I don't think there's any boating allowed at all on our waterways, so unless the governor removes that restriction, he won't be able to open. As soon as he lifts the restriction, I would assume that he would probably be able to reopen because it's kind of hard to get within 6 feet of somebody if you're on a water bike. But I'm sure he's just as anxious and also waiting to find out what the next step is for his business from the governor. So.
Mayor, the restrictions are in place until April 29th right now?
Right now, yeah.
Okay. All right, do we have a sponsor for that? Want to do council?
Sure.
Everybody good with council?
Yes, we can do council.
Okay.
Next is our local law. Jim, you didn't receive any comments, right?
We have not received any comments, email or
Okay.
otherwise.
Okay. Any questions on the local law?
No.
You want to do council?
And council would be great.
And Madam President, this is the last step in the local law for local law number 1.
Correct. All right. Phase 8 of the sewer rehab. It's a change order. Any questions on it?
I don't have any questions, but I'll sponsor it.
Okay. Mr. Mylum? Special event application for the New Life Center.
I'll take it,
Questions on it?
Madam President.
John?
I just have this might be an obvious answer to the question, but if this is going to be, in lockdown on June 27th, this just wouldn't happen.
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
That's why we added the last result.
Right.
For the result.
Okay. All right, I just wanted to make sure that, everybody's on the same page.
And we had one cancel so far for May.
Oh, which one?
The cystic fibrosis.
Okay.
Cystic fibrosis walk, it was, I think the middle or end of May, and they've already canceled.
Okay.
That's the only one so far.
Comments? Okay. Any other comments on that? Okay, Brittany, I'm going to put you on the spot.
Yes.
Resolution 7. Oh,
Yes.
wait, no, that's not your resolution. Never mind. I'll call
Okay.
on you at Resolution 9.
Gotcha.
All right, Resolution 7. Any comments, questions? This is Tom. Tom, you want to take
I
the
would like
lead
to
on
see
this?
this, please.
Yep. Okay, thanks for your work on this, too. And Mayor, have you heard back from the governor?
No, I have not.
I'm sure he's pretty busy, so.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Thomas spot or Newman?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Mayor, do you anticipate that your request would be granted?
I would hope it is. But regardless, we're still pushing forward with that thinking, so.
Okay. Okay, any other questions on that? Okay. The Zombie 2.0, Resolution 8, do you want to do council?
Yes.
Sure, we can do that.
Mayor, do you have any comments on it?
No, I just want to thank, North Tonawanda for being the lead on it. We are the subcontractor on the terms of the grant, and it'll bring in, $150,000 for us to help with code enforcement and the such. So pretty excited about it.
Okay. All right, Brittany, can you just kind of brief us on Resolution 9?
It's just an update to the orders you've already passed, basically about the formatting of your meetings, providing for, in the light of an emergency declaration, that you can conduct your meetings virtually, just as you already have, the governor's order that's permitting you to do what it is you're doing, but this just gives you more flexibility. Should there be a future local disaster, centered in Tonawanda, you guys will still have the opportunity to conduct your meetings virtually.
Awesome.
Perfect.
And you did a great job with this resolution.
Thanks.
You want to do council on this?
I think we should.
Yep.
Everybody good with it? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Bill, you're up.
Thanks. And the last agenda I got for the meeting, it just has that it's adjourned until April 21st. Can I assume that there's more than what was put out for the agenda? It sounds like there's actually a full resolution stating we can do this, or should I?
We can do.
Is that something I can find on the city website, or?
I'm not following.
Oh, when I got the meeting notice and the agenda for tonight's meeting, and resolution 9 was just adjourned until April 21st. I can assume that changed.
Oh, sorry. Yes, we had an update. Brittany and Mike wrote a resolution, as Brittany had stated. the governor has basically waived open meetings law.
If I was a person in the public, would I be able to find it on the city website to see the?
It was
Yeah.
updated on the city website,
Yeah.
yes.
It was put on the website this morning, right? Jim, you put it up this morning?
That is correct.
Okay.
And I can read it.
No, I'll
Right.
find it.
Okay.
Just wanted to make sure everyone had a chance. I mean, I didn't know who got this or when it was updated. I just know what I got in my normal mail. I sent a few things out in the past week. Today, the most important thing I have to discuss today are our band financing. We're actually going to have resolutions prepared by our bond council. They're going to be on the agenda for our April 21st meeting. This is the normal timing. We do it every year, and because of the actual financing happening in June, it's kind of imperative we don't really get off track of that. There's nothing new to the list. It was in the everything that's on the project list was in our capital budget in last year's budget that you voted on in October. We actually dropped a few things because we're funding them some other ways. So if you have that, or I'll go through them, but what the resolutions are going to be for next meeting, we have our normal resolution to bond for street paving and construction for $700,000. We bond for the entire spend we fathom that we can do. We generally don't borrow that much. You know, we actually borrow what we truly spend, but we always it's a fairly common thing that we've been doing the $700,000 every year to give us that room in case the season's good and we have additional roads we can do. We have that room in there.
Hey, Bill.
Yep.
Just to give everybody a heads up, there is a little concern about the CDBG or the CHIPS money, coming in this year. So we may need to curtail back the amount of paving that we do, but we won't know that for a few weeks. So your 700 is still good. Regardless, we would just have to permanently finance a portion.
The second part of my show tonight was how we're actually going to go back and clean up some of our old authorizations that we didn't spend, and there's probably 4 or 5 of them are additional road funds that we didn't go through.
Okay.
So depending, if you have a really bad summer, you just don't spend the money, you don't do the work, and we don't just grab the money and spend it on something else. We just don't borrow. But it's important that if we somehow get the good road and CHIPS comes through, and who knows, you never know what kind of economic development. The second one was sidewalk reconstruction and ADA sidewalk compliance. We have 130 in that, and again, that was on the capital budget. We still have the boiler project at DPW. That was been pushed off for a couple of years. It's in there this year for $79,900. Replacing the salt body for the 1990 truck, and then we have a large tractor as for a leaf pusher, which is replacing an old unit. We have a total of $82,000 in for that. We have our second AC unit on fire headquarters. We did 31 last year. We're doing another $31,000 AC unit this year, and that should finish off 44 William. We have 2 trucks, some lights, some large equipment, and fencing in parks. They had that totaled out to be 105. Thanks for sending that, Sean. Then, of course, we finally have the 4 cardiac monitors for the 160, $30,000 a piece. I'm aware that we have Robin having us for a grant for that, but we still have to bond it. We might not borrow any of it, and then we'll pay that back right away, or take it off our list of total borrowing. And then the last thing is the dock expansion, which was again approved last year. We had that in for $1 million. Again, we have funds and things coming for that, but we still have to bond the total spend. And then the last thing is a sewer project. We're replacing sewage pump number 3 at the main pump station. Talking to Joe, that's a very important project. It's going to be a new pump. That's our main pump and the main pumping station that sends all of our waste to the town of Tonawanda wastewater treatment plant. So we rebuilt one last year. We want one new one, and then they're going to do some work on the pump number 2, I think, and then hopefully we'll have a system that's able to handle the load. So that's that. Do you have any questions on that? Where the bond council is going to have everything typed up in what you're used to seeing, those long resolutions that we do every year. And they're going to put the lives on there for how long the projects will spread. But is there any concern or anything I missed that anyone knows of that they want to see to be put on for in 2 weeks when we do our bond resolutions?
I don't have any questions about that, Bill, but I did have a question about an outstanding bond that we received for, it was a DASNY grant for the Historical Society. Were you able to look into that? It was $250,000.
Well, we did. It's not an outstanding bond or grant. It's an award, a grant award. We finally got clarification this week that it's finally coming through. DASNY moves very slow. It's nothing we're doing. Nothing's held up on our end. It's just finally coming from the state. So we finally saw 2 DASNY grants came through. I know the mayor's aware of which ones that they are. But we are seeing the paperwork moving through now. It appears that we should have that and be able to sign off and get everything back. Hopefully within the next month. We're still waiting for the actual contract to come through, but we have all of our information to go once we get that in. So, we've been talking to the Historical Society and others. They've been asking about it quite a bit. So it's not something that came to the office and we're sitting on. We're aware that it's coming, and we're still waiting for the contract to come through. So.
Okay.
Hey,
All right.
Bill, just for my notes, how much were the cardiac monitors? And the
They're 160 in total. They're 40 a piece. We had 3 for 120. That last year we moved it up in the capital budget to 4 for a total of 160. And that was the amount of the grant that Schimminger was talking about. I believe that's also a DASNY grant. We're waiting to get that paperwork in.
Yeah.
But again, I know the software is expiring. We're probably gonna have to replace them one way or the other. So I think it's important that we bond and then do that and hope that we get the grant from Robin. But if we don't, we still have a pressing need to provide rescue service to the constituents. So.
And how much was the sewer project for that pump 3?
Oh, pump 3, it's 75,000 is to have the whole pump replaced.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions
Any
on
other
the
questions
bond?
for Bill?
I have other things. I just want to make sure we're done with the bond part.
Yeah.
Okay. I won't go over the reports, but I sent out the voucher summary, the overtime report, and the comparison expenses. Is there any questions you have for me now, or if you'd rather just call me at the office and ask those questions, that's fine.
I didn't see the overtime report. Was it with the revenue and expenditures?
Yeah, there was 3 items attached to
Okay.
that email. So
Okay.
nothing was really out of line. It's we're following along. Overtime's actually down a bit this year because we suspended overtime with the new scheduling. So we'll see where that goes. And then the last thing is this: did everyone got my email regarding the discussion on? I sent out the information on the cap override and then rescinding the cap override, so you can see the state's rules on that and the procedure that would take that if we actually keep our budget at that point. There's no harm, no foul. We just rescind it, and it's like it never happened, but it gives us that tool. So that was my opening discussion on that. If it's something you guys can discuss amongst yourselves, and we'll talk about that process. There's so much uncertainty this year. It's probably something that if we can consider that with the rescinding resolution to follow, assuming we can get everything in line, I think it's something that needs to be discussed. So.
No, Bill, question for you.
Mhm.
Obviously, this is certainly unprecedented times, And I know you're tracking all of our expenditures as it relates to COVID-19. How is the reimbursement process? How does that play out?
Well,
Your
again,
knowledge.
we don't know if there's going to be a reimbursement process. It's if it affects a part of the state or the whole state or the whole Northeast, there's money there. But this affects everybody and the territories. I mean, I would hope that FEMA will have something in the end, but I think a lot of the money is going right now for the ventilators and such. I haven't really heard a lot on pools being set up for after to reimburse, but we're it's our job to track it so we're ready for it. We are being asked by FEMA to have the costs ready so they at least attach a number to it. But I have to be honest, we're not really. We're buying some gloves. We're buying some masks. I think the largest expense I've seen so far is we bought an extra washer and dryer so that the emergency medical personnel in both police and fire can wash their clothes. And we set that up at Wheeler Street, and it cost us $400. So, we have some sanitizers, but honestly, we haven't been able to spend a lot because there's not a lot to buy out there. The supplies just aren't there to purchase. So we are tracking. The biggest expense we're going to have is we are tracking the hour offset because we have to social distance and reduce our workforce. So, but we're following the county's model. We're keeping everything set up that way, and we're tracking any costs payroll wise. So we'll know what the true cost was. But we probably will start seeing more and more as we move along. If we have to. If there's overtime costs, if we start getting workers that are sick and we have to replace, and we're hoping we don't, but there's always that chance. But the true cost of this will probably be when we get to the summer and we start seeing, we're going to have some savings because we probably, who knows what's happening with some of our fests, but we're going to have some additional costs because certain businesses won't really be around after this or additional overtime, or if it comes back around the second, we're going to have a lot of vacation saved up that wasn't able to be taken that, there might be costs associated with paying out vacation time or overtime if everyone takes their vacation in the 3 months that's available between the virus outbreaks. We just don't know. So we're trying to track it best we can, and then all we can do is hope. But because the snowstorm is easy, and there's your cost, and it only affected a small amount, and the government can step in. But I think everybody in the nation is going to have, every city, town, and village is going to have a cost, and I hopefully we get something back on it. But like I said, right now we're not really expending a lot of funds on it. So
I just want to add, Jenna, that in my U.S. Conference of Mayors conference call that I had the other day, we pressed for them to issue a request to Congress for the fourth stimulus package to include cities with less than 500,000 people to get funding from the federal government. Because right now with the third stimulus package, it was any city over 500,000 would get funding for to help with the coronavirus. So, that's one of the things we're pushing for. And hopefully we can get that into stimulus package number 4.
Okay, perfect. Anyone have any questions for Bill?
I don't.
Bill, do
I
you have
just
any-
think that we have to be really, really prudent with everything that we're doing spending wise. I kind of like, in my mind, I picture this as like throwing a stone into a pond, and then there's going to be a ripple effect that we're going to feel for probably years down the road. So in an effort to mitigate those ripples, I think we've got to be very, very careful with how we're spending, what we're spending, and where we're spending. We don't know what the cost is going to be to the local businesses. People are not working, unable to pay their bills, and eventually that's going to kind of go out and affect citywide operations. And it's also going to affect, I'm sure it's going to affect the taxes. I'm sure it's going to affect just untold amount of things. So I just, I thank you, Bill, for what you're doing, and I just want to, let people know that we need to be on alert and aware of everything that's going on money-wise.
That's why it's being handled through the mayor's office. It's not the departments can't choose to just go out and buy equipment that they think would be good to have. It's truly being watched. But I mean, the good side is there really is nothing to buy right now. Everything that's needed is sold out. So we're doing good with the cotton masks for people that just need face protection and around the offices. We're ordering those. Everyone in City Hall is wearing one now during the day when we're around other people. We're doing our best, but we're not buying new equipment just because it's there. We're getting ready and trying to calculate what we think the ripples could be so we can watch our funds, but we haven't seen it affect it yet. We don't know where that's going to go. Like I said, it could be something where the ripples come out where people need their vacation taken and they only have from July to October to do it. So, there's going to be some things we have to talk about and plan, and the mayor's been very good on having the department head meetings, bringing us together once a week and reminding everybody in the city leadership what he expects and why we want to try to plan it through and not just guess at it. But I talked to Lackawanna. They're shut down. They have a couple people working home part-time. It's good that we're still there providing the services, and hopefully that will help us keep everyone happy throughout. So if you have any questions on the spending, just give me a call at the office. I'm there 5 days a week. If I'm out of the office, you talk to Jim and he'll pass it along and I'll call you back. So,
Okay. Thank you,
All right.
Bill.
Okay.
Thank you, Bill.
Anybody have anything else?
I'm good.
Anybody?
Nope, we're good.
Okay. All right, so let's move forward with our formal. We're obviously recording, right, Sean? I just want to make sure. You're okay.
And we
Little
are,
red dot on the top right-hand corner.
Oh,
and we are recording at City Hall.
there it is. Okay, perfect. All right, Jim, you're. All right, so let's call the Common Council formally. Please call the roll.
Newman,
Here.
Kimmerdiner,
Here.
Rautenstrau,
Here.
Mylum,
Here.
Cook,
Here, I'm going to ask that our city clerk lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
Flag
of the
United States,
United States of America,
to
to the
the
republic,
which it stands,
which it stands,
one nation,
nation,
under
under God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with liberty.
and justice for all.
Okay, thanks, everybody.
It's different.
I just ask that any residents that are on, if you could just mute yourself. We are certainly going to give you an opportunity to address the council. Just a couple things. Obviously, this is unprecedented times. It actually seems kind of weird. We're not sitting all next to each other up at the table, but I just ask that if there are any residents that do speak, please be respectful. Understand that, we're all working through this together. We're communicating any concerns you have directly with the mayor's office. And we'll certainly work through that. So we'll move forward. Communications from the mayor have been ordered and filed. Communications from city officials and correspondence have also been ordered and filed. Obviously, we're not going into executive session. At this time, we will take comments by the public on the resolutions. We can obviously see your names. So if there is anyone out there that wants to speak on the resolutions, I think there's a hand that you raised, right, Sean? Sean, you're muted. there's a hand, right, that you would raise?
You're muted, Sean.
It's under more.
Okay.
Yes,
So
it's under the
if
more.
there is, okay, yep. So if anyone wanted to speak on the resolutions, under the more button, there's a hand that you would raise. Okay, let's roll.
Okay, resolution number 1 by Councilmember Cammerdiner.
Do we have a second?
I'll
I'll take
second,
it,
Madam
Madam
President.
Second by Mr. Rautenstrau. Comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Newman,
Aye.
Cammerdiner,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
Aye, declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 2 by Councilmember Newman.
Do we have a second?
I'll take it, Madam President.
Second by Ms. Cammerdiner. Comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Newman,
Aye.
Cammerdiner,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
Aye, declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 3 by the council, seconded by the council.
Comments or questions? Comment, I just want to turn it over to the mayor, just kind of repeat what he said during our informal regarding the Water Bike Adventures lease agreement. Mayor?
Thank you, Madam President. I just want to say that the water bike agreement is no different than it has been in previous years. And obviously, I anticipate that the governor's restrictions that are supposed to expire April 29th will be extended in one way, shape, or form. And the monies that we receive from the water bikes will be adjusted according to the restrictions that are put in place. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Mayor. Any other comments? Please call the roll.
Newman,
Aye.
Cammerdiner,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
Aye, declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 4 by the council, seconded by the council.
Comments or questions? Comment, as the city clerk pointed out, this is the last step of our local law number 1 process. I want to thank the council, the mayor's office, our city attorney's office. Every stakeholder played an integral part in this. And this is really exciting. So I'm looking forward to this. Any other comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Newman,
Aye.
Cammerdiner,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
Aye. Declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 5 by Councilmember Mylum.
Do we have a second?
I'll second, Madam
I'll
President.
second. Second by Mr. Rautenstrau. Comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Newman,
Aye.
Cammerdiner,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 6 by Councilmember Rautenstrau.
Do we have a second?
I'll second, Madam President.
Second by Mr. Newman. Comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Newman,
Aye.
Cammerdiner,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 7 by Councilmember Newman.
With no objections, I'd like to second. Comments or questions?
Comment?
Mr. Newman?
I would like to thank Mike and Brittany for their work on this as well. there was a lot of back and forth, once you kind of dug into, how this law actually reads. It was a lot of eye-opening, quite honestly. And they did a great job. It was, like I said, it was a lot of back and forth, and I'm pleased. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Newman. Any other comments? I want to thank Councilmember Newman for his work in this. He really took the lead on it. I know we had a couple phone calls about it. Ultimately, he helped bring this to fruition. I want to thank the mayor's office for sending a letter to the governor. And we look forward to getting a response out of that. So thanks, Tom, and thanks to the mayor's office. And, certainly this is unprecedented time. So this will be a relief to our residents, and we move forward from that. So, but thanks everybody for taking the lead on it. Any other comments? And please call the roll.
Newman,
Aye.
Kimmerdiner,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 8, by the council, seconded by the council.
Comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Newman,
Aye.
Kimmerdiner,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 9, by the council, seconded by the council.
Comments or questions? Comment, for those out there in Zoom land or whatever, this resolution was a late, I don't want to really call it a late addition, but absolutely it was necessary. And I want to thank our city attorney and our deputy city attorney for putting this together. Basically what it says, and I'll read be it further resolved, that until further notice, the common council, in consultation and consent of the city attorney, all subsequent common council meetings shall be conducted virtually, whether conducted by video conference or a telephone conference call, and shall be conducted in a manner in which the public can have access to the proceedings. All such meetings will be advertised in advance of any proceeding, and all proceedings will be recorded and transcribed. So thank you, Jim, for getting this notice out, updating. I know there's a lot of moving parts to everything. So I just want to thank everybody for that. Any other comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Newman, I'm sorry. Newman,
Aye.
Kimmerdiner,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted. We'll now take comments by the public following the resolutions. Again, there is a hand under the more button. Please let us know if you intend to speak. I just ask that you are respectful. Any comments by the public? You are muted, so I just want to give you an opportunity to unmute if you so desire. Any comments by the public?
There is also a chat option if they wanted to as well.
Okay, perfect. Okay, Mr. Newman.
Seem to
Come back to
lost Tom.
Yeah, we'll come back to Tom.
So,
Mr. Mylum.
Tom, can you hear me, or do you want Tom to go, or do you want me to go?
Condolences to the chief.
Tom, are
Yeah,
you,
my computer is acting up.
something's backing up on Tom, he said.
You can go ahead and go on. My internet connection is getting a little goofy for some reason now. Can
Are
hear me?
you with us, Tom? Mr. Mylum?
I don't know.
I don't
You
have
back with us?
anything too much to report. I just, again, I wanted to thank the mayor's office for putting together the free meals for the senior citizens. It's, it really made a lot of people's days. Other than that, I just, would like to encourage the citizens to hang in there. I know it's nice out, and if you're like me, you have a tendency to think it's nice out, I'm not going to get sick. So just if you're going out, try to practice that social distancing. Stay as far away from other people as you can. Put the time in away from people now so that we can have it later when it's real nice out for the summer. I just encourage everybody to be safe and, try to do what you can for your neighbors. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mylum. Tom, are you back?
I don't know. You told me. Can you hear me? Seriously?
Pony up for bigger bandwidth.
Yeah.
Tom, do you have anything?
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you, Don.
Okay, perfect. I lost you there for a minute. I don't know what happened.
See you.
Tom?
Yeah, well,
Tom,
you're
do you
across
have
the street. I have nothing to say, Madam President, other than please keep everybody safe in your thoughts and prayers. If you guys need something, please reach out to me, call me. I'd be more than happy to help you.
Madam President,
Yeah,
if Tom has any closing remarks, I'll email him tomorrow and I can include him into the meeting minutes.
perfect. Thank you so much. Mr. Rauenstra?
I have nothing further to add other than adding on to your remarks. Thank you to the mayor for keeping everybody informed, and Jenna as well with your updates. Appreciate all our first responders, and again, to reiterate, Don, everybody keep safe, keep distant, and hopefully move on past this into better days.
Okay,
And that
thank
is
you,
all. Thank
Mr.
you.
Rauenstra. Thank you, Mr. Rauenstra. Mayor?
Thank you, Madam President. I'd just like to thank the council for their support on the local law and on pushing the late fees back for the city taxes. It is greatly appreciated. I also want to thank the city unions that have worked with us in order to reduce the number of hours that they work, and also trying to better protect their safety and their health, and the safety and the health of their family. So I want to thank them. I want to thank our department heads, my administrative assistant, my secretary for everything that they've done. Many thanks to JJ Richard and to Vera Fados, who partnered with myself and my administrative assistant Chuck Gilbert on the meals. They seem to be a huge hit, and I can't stress it enough. Social distance, even when you're out and about, please wear the masks. Please check on your neighbors. And that is all. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Mayor. It's been said by everybody up here, but I want to thank each of our city employees for maintaining the services in our community. I know times are tough, but you've really stepped up to the plate. So to each and every one of you, my hat's off to you. I wish everybody and their families all the best. Stay healthy. I see our numbers come in. I work for a healthcare system, so I see our numbers, and what's scary is we haven't even peaked yet. So it is very, very important that we are listening to our elected officials with social distancing. It's very important that we stay informed, wash your hands, and stay healthy. I also want to give a shout out to the mayor's office, JJ Richard and Verifados Catering, for preparing the meals. It is absolutely a welcome addition to many of our seniors. So with that said, if anyone else, anything? Okay. All right, I will make a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
Seconded, Madam President.
Seconded by Mrs. Camerediner. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, stay well, everybody.
Take care.
Meeting adjourned.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, Sean,
Good night, everybody.
for
Thanks,
hosting.
Sean.
Oh, thank you, guys.
Sean, how's your son doing?
He's getting a little better. Little pain, getting to move around a little bit.
What did he break? What did he break? The tibia? Fibula?
Tibia? Tibia?
Tibia, brother.
Yes. It's a good clean break, hip to toe on that cast. So
Oh, geez.
hopefully,
I had one of those long time ago, so I was, because I see it has been at the knee, so it's not a walking cast, so.
yeah, no. And he's telling me every 10 minutes how he can't bend his knee. It's making him crazy.
Yeah, well, how many weeks did they say?
They said about 8 weeks total. Hoping that in 4 we can cut it down to a boot cast.
Oh, that'd be good. Alrighty, well, thank you very much for all your help with this, and hopefully the next meeting I'll have it a little bit better with the Zoom.
You did great. Thank you.
Oh, you did it
Nice
all.
job, everybody.
Nice job. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Team, good job, guys.